Hello and welcome to High or Lows, a 5th ed Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the world of Taraz. I'm Philip Martin, your Dungeon Master, and with me is Mimbo Wang.
Hi, everyone.
Next up is Lizzie McPherson.
Hey, lovelies.
Right after that is Daniel Fletcher.
Ahoy hoy!
And last for tonight is Laurie Crawford.
Hello, everyone.
Unfortunately, Ash Mireya is away for reasons. You'll have to ask him yourself if you're curious. Anyway, previously on High or Lows, the crew arrives at a major junction within the abandoned dwarven mining area and gets an update from Candle about the upcoming terrain. After informing them of a potential water source to the west, most of the crew decides to investigate this, while Tweak and Candle set up a camp in preparation to rest for the night. Chuck voiced some concerns about reaching civilization down here due to his race being the reason many people are down here, but Candle tries to allay these fears. As the water-seeking group travel westward along the track, they notice an abandoned cart lying in their path, and after some investigation decide that this is also likely trapped, similar to what they've seen before. With this in mind, they move carefully past it towards the grotto Candle had told them about and start gathering water with Callum keeping watch. But shortly after starting to gather the water, Callum noticed some skittering sounds moving towards the group and immediately alerted them and got them to ready themselves. A fight ensued with the group fighting a group of giant centipedes the size of medium-sized dogs as they tried to sample the groups and get some bites in. But thankfully, the centipedes didn't take too much to defeat, and with many of the group managing to one-shot them with their attacks. And they managed to take a few bites, but after a short rest, they were defeated. Well, this is where we'll jump in with the group back at camp with a bunch of dead bugs ready to bunk down for the night. So you guys preparing to take a long rest now, or you suppose you've still got a bit more setup to do, like with like the water and stuff, right? The water you've got's not that clean.
Well, I guess I could spend my time cleaning the water, making sure it's purified properly and whatnot.
Yeah, the water's pretty grubby, one might say.
I can do that for you if you like.
You want to help me, Tweak?
Sure.
Sweet.
Well, Tweak, can I borrow your Steel Defender there? I want to try shifting the cart onto the next track so we don't have to worry about it in the morning.
Okay, given that, go with Callum and do as you're asked. If he tries any funny business, you come straight to me.
Noted.
I was talking to Giznat.
Also noted.
And so get to roasting these beetles, I suppose.
I think we should make sure that the water's clean so we can cook the leftovers.
Yeah, like Candle, when you guys were away gathering water, Candle managed to start up like a basic fire setup. But as far as setting up like a water filtration, I'll get someone to give me like survival. Like since you're helping, something can be done with advantage. Unless you've got another better way to do it.
I sit down with the water and cast, purify food and drink.
That'll do it. You can do like a whole bunch of vessels, right? As long as it's in a vessel.
All non-magical food and drink within 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Okay. Have you gathered up all the centipedes as well within that?
Yeah, there's some space there. I'll gather some centipedes and get rid of any poisons and toxins they might possess.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work. They're meat now. You suspect that it's taken effect on the giant centipedes and well, there's wood. It is purified now. If you're using the spell slot, it just works.
Well, it's a ritual.
Oh, you got it as ritual?
I do, yes.
So it'll take you 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes it'll just cast like a spell.
Yes.
What does Tweak's ritual look like?
I put the food on the ground and start mumbo jumbo language and put some nuts and bolts in there in sort of like a pentagram shape around it, and we'll start dancing a little bit. It's quite a sight to behold.
And it's like, yeah, So Thistle is right there, sort of preparing some sort of way to boil this water clean as this is all starting to take place.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel inferior now.
I suspect that you also know this spell, you just haven't got it prepared. Is anyone else doing anything else as part of the preparation for the long rest?
Just shifting the cart with Gizmo.
Okay, give me an athletics with advantage or just a strength. Or for Giznat if you're relying on Giznat doing it. Brackus can come over and help as well. He's around.
Probably relying on Giznat. He's stronger than I am. Like, I'm more just stabilizing it while he drags it.
Dare say you've got Giznat and Baracus doing the heavy lifting, and you're sort of just stabilizing.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily that strong.
We'll roll one. I think it's a +3, so roll with advantage.
2 13s, so 16.
Yeah, it takes you a while. Like, I'm just gonna say that that's just the difficulty of it and how long it takes because it is quite heavy. I'd say it probably takes the better part of half an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do get it done.
Yeah, well, maybe part of that was us trying to do it first and then going, oh no, too heavy, and then let's take out the stuff from inside and transfer it, then put it back in.
Yeah, actually, with all the stuff that you put in there, it might have taken more like 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah. That's fine.
Which track are you putting it on? So you got the western track or the northern track. You haven't really investigated the northern track a lot, but you do know the western track. There is a cart in the way. That's the one you investigated.
Probably on the northern one, because that, by the sounds, is the way to Homestead.
You hope so. Like basically, Candle had said they both kind of lead to the same tunnel network leading to a whole bunch of little mining areas, mostly just picked clean and abandoned. It's sort of just a maze of tunnels before you get to Homestead.
Yeah, fair enough. Now let's just chuck it on the northern one, because we might as well explore that while we're here.
Yep. And Candle has also explained that this area was picked clean in because sort of the early days of Homestead. Basically, it explains actually early people that were sent down the chute found the resources that had been abandoned here, and that actually kind of became the foundational building blocks of Homestead.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we're probably not going to find too much, but at least we might be able to clear some critters for the Homestead.
Yeah, but the area became too dangerous after the separation event when the chasm formed and then the harpies moved in. And there was more undead presence and things like that. So this area was sort of cut off since then. That's why Candle hasn't been down here much.
Fair enough.
Sort of paraphrasing all this. If you have specific questions you want to ask Candle in character or Phil as the DM, I'm sort of open to both. Because, you're taking your long rest, you're sort of settling down for the night. And you are closer to Homestead. You should arrive tomorrow based on what you've been told.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on Candle.
I might, I know Candle has said that it shouldn't be a problem, but, I probably still will want to, maybe make some kind of, face covering type situation, like a cloak or something, out of the available materials.
Well, how did your Asimana but what is it that separates you from, is it your hair and such?
Yeah, I have white hair and I have eyes that aren't standard.
Yeah, so you could make a hooded cloak, or you could sort of try to. You have a little bit of excess clothing material. You could attempt to make something.
Maybe not a cloak, but just a cowl, a thing that just goes over my head and just covers my hair and maybe covers my eyes.
How are you modifying your jumpsuit, or are you sort of looking for some of the other scraps that you've come across?
Yeah, some of the other scraps, from maybe some of the other people that didn't make it.
Yeah, you definitely had all those. I think some of them were used earlier to as part of the water filtration efforts, and those are probably, but they probably could still be used for some of this as well. But they'd just be dirty. But dirty probably works for what you're trying to do in a weird way.
Yeah, probably.
Give me some sort of check. Dexterity, I suppose, or tell me something else that you might want to try to do, unless you're a tailor.
Yeah, I mean, I could do dexterity. Can someone roll for me? I haven't logged in yet.
Yeah, I can roll. Unless someone, I'll roll.
Yes, I have sleight of hands. Would that work?
It'll still be dexterity, but I'll give you advantage because I rolled a 5.
Okay.
So I'll give you one more roll.
Why doesn't Callum roll for me?
I've already rolled. It's a 12.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's like 15. I'm gonna say that you make something, but it wouldn't like stand up to any sort of degree of elements, or too much scrutiny. And like if you were like to, yeah, even if you were to like run really fast with it on, it might fall off.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I do what I can, I guess.
Sounds like though for a passerby, he might be able to escape without scrutiny.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, well, you've got like about an hour or so before people start going taking their rest for the night. Are you guys going to organize watches?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Did any of you want to go first?
I don't mind going first.
Okay.
Have we had dinner? Everyone's eaten?
Well, I'm not too hungry, but I can clean up.
How were the centipedes? Were they delicious?
Around the midsection, they were quite gooey and bitter. But the legs looked well.
Almost like crab.
Yes, I think it is a bit like crab.
So who's going to take the next watches?
I'll take the second.
Yeah, I'll take third then.
Okay, we'll say Candle will take fourth. All right, you guys start bedding down for the evening. Tweak, just give me a perception check for your first watch.
14.
14. Cool. This part of this area, the Undercrag, is pretty echoey in general. There's a lot of long tunnels, so you hear like little drips of water echoing through. You hear like just dropping of rock, but you don't hear anything coming towards you or anything like that. Thistle is there if you want to. Thistle is unable to sleep, so she's always there to talk to. If you want someone to talk to.
How's the whole non-sleeping thing going, Thistle?
I just can't seem to turn off, so I just try to meditate. Anything interesting happening?
No?
Well, I guess that's a good thing.
I guess so. Do you feel that, those mushrooms growing off you, you're taking it very well, I might add, Thistle. Like, if mushrooms decided to grow on me, I'd be very concerned.
There's something that, well, there were people in my grove who had abnormalities and everything, so that's all I'm seeing it as, because when you have an abnormality, you just learn to live with it and deal with it.
What other abnormalities were there?
Oh, like my sister had this weird thing growing out of her nose. There was no name for it, but it just meant that she needed some type of apparatus to help her breathe properly.
Ooh. Did she ever have a real big sneeze and whatever it was sort of protruded further out of her nostril?
Oh, I shudder to think about that. But no, there are other people in the coven who had weird lumps on their legs, or even weird oily sensations coming out of their ears.
This grove, is it like a tight knit grove?
Yeah, well, it was all furbolgs.
Oh, okay, and then as far as breeding was concerned, did you sort of branch out to other groves, or was it a bit tight knit in that respect too?
It was quite inclusive. But tell me a bit about what you were doing before you came down here.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of your abnormalities in your grove. Was your mum like your uncle or auntie type thing, or your sister, your cousin?
Oh no, it's not like that.
Oh, okay, yes. Oh,
No, we don't do that. That's taboo.
oh yes. Goblins, they learned the hard way that that's taboo, and they were getting all sorts of strange abnormalities.
Like what?
Oh, like extra toes and fingers, and apparently they stopped Well, they kind of just sleep around with everyone and just hope that it's not a brother or sister.
Wow, that's fascinating. Were you like that too?
Oh God, no, no. I didn't sleep with any goblins. I was just their prisoner. Come to think of it, never really slept with anyone. Never thought of having children.
Okay. Well, so the thought of a little baby tweak never really appealed to you?
Well, I've never really had the opportunity. I guess Gisnat's like a baby to me. I can build creatures, I guess. I mean, the adventurer's life is not exactly a life for any child.
Or you really want to settle down?
I don't really know what I want. You know, my life has been not the easiest life in the world, but I'm grateful for it. And, you know, apart from the odd torture here and there that's been inflicted on me, it's been okay.
Sounds good. And you're looking a little tired. When you're ready, let me know and I'll wake up. Who was it? Was it Candle or Callum who was on Watch Next?
I think it was Callum.
Well, when you're ready to take your rest, I'll go wake up Callum.
Okay, good night.
Good night. So I wander over and I kind of poke Callum in the shoulder to rouse him.
My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go meditate.
Cool.
You still need to do that, I assume. And I'd probably post myself up, kind of just out of sight, but just so I can kind of cover the group.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, give me a perception check.
13.
Well, similar to Tweak, like there's a lot of this light noises in this place. Every now and then you just hear some stone, some dripping. You don't necessarily hear any like life. Other than, you know, there's definitely some sort of microbial life in the grotto nearby, but you don't hear anything coming towards you.
Perfect. Probably won't disturb Thistle too much. I assume she does still need some sort of downtime.
She needs to sort of sit still and not do too much for like 6 hours. It just she can be alert during that time. So it does open her up for a few things. Like, you know, you could sort of read a book or something like that if you had a book to read.
Okay.
But I don't think you do have any books to read.
Not yet.
Yeah, but your watch passes out eventfully.
Cool. Then I assume it was Candle.
Was it Candle?
Well, I was third, so.
You were third? Who was first?
Speak.
Oh, so Thistle was meant to go.
Okay, so Thistle can take this watch as an active watch. You can go back to
Okay.
sleep. So give me a perception roll, Thistle.
Perception is 8.
Okay. Yeah, to you, this place is like fairly peaceful. Like it's not the nature that you're used to, but it does feel like a certain sense of nature and like a certain sense of peace here. Like, you know, there's the water, the stone. You're still not sure how you feel about these mushrooms, but they definitely feel like they're a part of you.
No, that makes sense. I guess I just, keep my eyes open and hear out for anything in case something pops up.
Yep. So, Mimbo, during your rest, you have it seems to be a normal rest. You know, you wake up a little bit throughout the night. You know, you're in a new place. But, you know, you've been trained for some stuff like this. It's hard, but, you know, you do manage to sleep. But as you're sort of getting towards the end of your full night of sleep, you hear a voice whilst you sleep, and it seems to call out to you, and you hear the words, "Boy, do you hear me, boy?"
Can I respond in my sleep?
I think so, due to your psychic gifts.
Interesting. I'll say I'm not a boy.
Look like a boy, from what I can see.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Need your help. You trapped me.
Why should I help you?
I can give you lots of things. I am still a god, even if I am trapped here.
What god are you of?
I'm not sure I can trust you yet, but I know I can help you.
Trust is a two-way street. If you're asking me to help you,
I need to see more of what you're doing down here. Whether I can trust you or whether you're like the rest of your kind. The fact that you're down here makes me believe that maybe you're not like everyone of your kind, blindly following that god you trust your life with.
yeah, I mean, it's been a doozy.
Well, if you ever want to leave this place, I know how to leave. I can get you out of here and I can give you real power, but you need to come find me. You were close recently. I felt you and your group. As in, there are others with some psychic gifts, but they're still dormant. Yours are active and I was able to make contact.
And how do I get in touch with you if I want to do that?
Reach out when you can. But you were close 2-3 days ago, not long. It's hard to tell time anymore in this place.
I'll keep that in mind.
I can give you real power. Not the sort that that other god is offering you.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Don't die, boy.
I'll try not to.
You're the first person I've talked to in... It's hard to tell, as I say. Might be a decade now.
Indeed. And what would it take to free you?
Power. I'll need power.
Good to know. Any specific kind of power?
The power of gods, boy. Belief.
Right, okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
As I say, if I can have belief, then I can have access to my true power. But I have been hidden and locked away.
What are you the god of, at least? Can I know that?
If I told you what I was the god of, you would know my name. But I dabble in many orders, depending on the need.
How am I supposed to get people to believe in you if you don't even tell me who you are?
I know they're there. I have believers left, and many of them are down here with you, most of them in fact. They are down there, I can feel them, but they are not like you and they did not come so close. But now that I am awoken, I can feel there is a group. You will need to find them. They are similar to you, but different.
Okay, good to know.
Find more people down here. Look for the hidden people. They have taken themselves away and tried to remain hidden, but you must find them.
I will try to keep an eye out.
Very well, boy. Until next time. And the voice leaves. You don't know, you're no longer here anymore. But I would like a perception check from Thistle. Probably with disadvantage since you're not on active watch.
23.
That's with disadvantage.
Yeah, I've got
You
plus
got
6.
You gads. And I'm guessing you rolled well as well.
Yeah, my first roll was 25.
Okay, so even with that, or with that ridiculously good roll, you see them before Candle does. Well, you hear them, rather. You hear, coming from the south, movement. It's dull at first, and you think it's just part of the cave, but then you realize, no, that's not cave noise, that's the movement. With a 23, you know that it is a lot of movement moving towards you from the caves to the south, more specifically southeast. They're moving relatively slowly, but it is a fairly large mass.
Right, okay. Well, I'm feeling a little anxious, so I'm going to wake up Tweak, and I'm going to wake up Callum, and then I'm going to try and check in with Chuck to see if he heard anything.
Candle is taking watch, so you go to Candle, he's like,
Oh yeah, Candle, sorry, yeah.
I can hear something too, we should wake him up.
Yeah, I'll go rouse him.
It sounds like it's moving slow. I'm fast. I'll go try to go have a look. All right, you wake him up.
Okay. Twig, I heard some weird noises. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go to Callum, and I do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly equip my shield. Did we get there was kind of almost an hour of short rest before sleep last night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I'm very fucked because I'm quite low health.
Oh no, you've had your long rest. You are now waking up at the end of your long rest.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
This is happening at the very end of a long. Well, yeah, like like the tail end of like a long rest. You're still sort of bleary-eyed and stuff, but you're waking up. You got like 5 minutes left to go, man.
You get half your hit points back at a long rest?
You get half your hit dice, yeah. You get all your hit points.
Oh yeah, cool, good.
Yeah, so you start waking people up. Someone wake up Chuck.
Oh, wake up, Chuck, since I woke up everybody else. Chuck.
Yeah. I'm awake.
Wow, you move quick.
Yeah, I mean, not a great day of sleep.
Bad dreams?
Something like that.
Well, if you ever need to talk,
Which way did Candle go?
that away.
She points south and sort of east.
I'd probably go towards that way, just meet halfway so I can kind of listen out.
Yeah, give me a perception roll.
13.
13. Yeah, you can hear something, but you're not really sure what it is.
Cool.
I'll make a couple of rolls for Candy. Okay.
I go up to Callum and say, should I set a trap for them?
You really want to use that spell, don't you?
Yes, I really want to use that spell.
You could try to. You got sort of time to. You probably feel like you've got some time. You're not sure how much though.
Is there any sort of narrow section of this leading into our camp?
Yeah. Like from the south, there's like an area about 25 feet, like wide. Finally, no. Well, the junction where like that's where you found a rope from a previous trap. It's not that far.
Okay, I will go up there and set the trap.
Does that have a cast time, or?
It does.
Because if it does, I'll be kind of guarding you then.
It takes 1 minute.
You feel like you probably have 1 minute. You're not sure if you have like at least that. You're not sure how much more, but you have at least that. Candle comes running back after about probably about halfway through this spell, in fact, and he looks at everyone and says, that's probably a good idea. There's a small horde of undead coming. We should gather everything and get the fuck out of here, like pretty quick. They're moving slow, but they're coming to us. Zombies, spiders, and I think I saw some snakes.
Oh gosh.
They haven't gotten past that rock trap yet. If we're able to trigger that quickly, it might at least stop them a little bit.
Well, I suppose that's an option you have with the snare. You could re-trigger that rock trap, or you could set a snare.
Oh, I'll re-trigger the rock trap.
Give me a check of some sort. Tinker's tools would work.
If I could assist him, that would be great.
Well, yeah, that'd probably be the best. Tinker's tools or something like that.
Can I give him guidance?
Yeah, you can.
19.
Is that with guidance?
20
Nice.
with guidance.
Okay, you've basically set it up, and you think, yeah, as long as someone moves this trap relies on someone moving the junction wire or tripping or pulling the rope. That when you found it, it was like buried underground. You probably haven't actually taken the time to bury it underground. It's just sitting there, so you will still need to arrange for them to pull the rope somehow.
It's if they stand on it, it'll trigger the trap.
That's the snare trap. This is slightly because since you're resetting that trap, it's a bit different.
Or maybe it's a trip. Like if they trip on it, it'll pull the With the wood that's giving up the rocks.
I suppose, yeah, you can raise the rope a little bit. When you found it, it was buried, but you can raise it a little bit instead.
Yeah, they're stupid zombies. I can't imagine them sort of trying to avoid the trap. That's it.
Well, it should work. It's zombies and spiders mostly. We got everything. We should vamoose as soon as that's set.
Well, while Callum and Tweak are doing their thing, I'm going to start going around packing everything up.
Yeah. There's not that much to pack up. Like, there's still some leftover centipede meat that you didn't eat last night. Maybe that's already sort of by the fire somewhere, and there's the fire. And then there's just your belongings, and you didn't have to take off your armor, so it doesn't take too long to gather your stuff up.
Yep.
You could go help Baracus. Baracus has just been putting his armor back on, which is like a whole process. And I'll say that
Yeah, I'll help him.
if anyone wanted to go help him, that would save him some time. What about Callum? You're still just sort of helping out with the trap and getting ready to move.
Yeah, I'd say so. And then probably trying to help man the pushing the cart, so as many people as we can.
Yep. And Chuck, doing anything special in preparation, or just gathering your stuff?
Yeah, just gathering my stuff. Trying to make sure my hood stays on.
Yeah, you're doing some last minute work on your hood, just to sort of get ready. That's cool. And Tweak, you're just working on your trap. But after actually resetting the trap doesn't take all that long if you've got help from Callum. So, less than a minute really. Did you do anything else?
No, I just giggle a little bit like a schoolboy and get out of there.
Yeah, because you do have like your blasting powder as well, and stuff like that. But cool. You guys are ready to move. As you guys finish up packing and Baracus finishes putting off his armor and gets behind the cart, you see moving towards you a small horde. It looks like maybe you would survive if you stood your ground against this, but probably not. But what I will do is I will get initiative and we will do like a thing.
Hey.
It's going to be like a combination chase skill challenge thing. We'll see how it works.
11 here.
22 for Thistle.
3.
I'm basically keeping Baracus and Candle out of this. They're just on cart duty with the Steel Defender.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just a 3.
3. You and Tweak both have 3.
That one.
Decide between you who wants to go first or last.
I'll go first.
Alright.
That's fine.
This is going to be a combination chase/skill challenge. We're going to move in initiative, and we are going to be sort of the timing of each round is a little bit vague, but sort of guideline is a minute each round. Someone is going to roll a d20 at the start of each round, and that's going to give a complication as you move through this mining area. Basically, the cart is moving at about the same speed as the horde, thanks to Baracus, the Steel Defender, and Candle. You need to sort of get it to either move a little bit faster through skill challenges, or you need to slow the horde down. You've already sort of set up one trap, which will give you a little bit of a boost on the horde, assuming they spring the trap, but it hasn't actually been triggered yet. So right now, you guys are packed up, ready to go. The cart is just about to start pushing into what Candle has described as a maze of network of tunnels that he doesn't know very well, but maybe knows a little bit. So, start of the round. So you're basically just going to start pushing the cart, and at the start of the round, I'm going to need someone to roll a d20.
Yeah, I'll do it this round. 18.
18. First round goes smoothly, no complication. But first up in the initiative is Thistle. So Thistle, you're allowed to sort of get creative with how you are trying to move through this network. There are different places, you can get to a junction and have to make a decision. You don't know exactly where you're going, but we're just looking to use one of your skills to sort of get you guys moving away from this horde. Or you could do something to try to slow down the horde. But yeah, try to get creative.
Okay. So I see the horde coming towards us, and I'm thinking, oh crap, and then I immediately just do a chill touch to one of the undead at the front of the group.
Yeah, so like there's bigger undead and there's like bigger like humanoid dwarven, but mostly actually goblinoid zombies, and also spiders and snakes.
Goblinoid. All right, I'll go for one of the goblinoids.
Okay, why don't you give me just a spell casting ability check as opposed to an attack? Just because like this is you sending a few chill touches out and you just like using your spells to their best ability. This is not just one attack.
What would I roll for that?
Just a spell cast, just wisdom modifier essentially.
Wisdom modifier? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to double check. 18?
Yeah, 18. You are basically hammering your like getting big charged attacks onto these spiders and snakes and goblinoid zombies and dwarven zombies. Have you got like a particular group that you're focusing on?
I'm trying to focus on the group right at the front. That's near. I can see Baracus and Candle and
You're all moving together, but like you're focusing on like the swarms or the bigger zombies.
the swarms.
Okay, focusing on the swarms. Snakes or spiders?
Let's go spiders.
All right, cool. So we'll put that one in the success column. Callum.
Okay, well, I think for now I'll just try to push ahead, help them with the cart pushing for now, because I've got something saved up for a Hail Mary if we need it.
Yeah, get the simple ones out of the way is always a good advice. So you're just doing like something like an athletics or something?
Yeah, athletics makes the most sense.
Yeah, just to keep that cart moving as fast as it possibly can while the going's clear.
So that'd be 14 plus 2, so 16.
Let's do 16. Yeah, that's definitely a success. As you move the cart and you get it going a little bit faster than the horde, and with Thistle slowing down the horde, that means, yeah, you've both done a little bit of speeding up and slowing down accordingly. All right, Tweak and Chuck, you both have a 3. And Tweak said he was going to go first, so what would you like to do?
I'm going to fire a ray of frost, which will slow down my enemy. Is there anything that looks particularly speedy that's after us?
Okay, so we'll say that like you like taking your time to think that some things are particularly speedy. It's going to mean you're going to get a few attacks left, but you can try to do a perception check, or like even a nature check to sort of figure out what is the fastest. Or I would weirdly allow religion as well.
I'll go nature.
Yeah, give me a nature check.
I got 26.
Oh, geez.
It's a natural 20.
Wow. Nature. So you don't with your skate, that's just a major success. It doesn't speed them up, it doesn't slow them down. You still get some ray of frost off as you're sort of doing your experiments. It's definitely the snakes. The snakes are just a little bit faster than everything else. The spiders and the zombies are basically the same speed, which is basically default cart speed. The snakes are just a little bit faster than that.
So I still get a shot off, is that right?
You've still been shooting them, but like you weren't as focused. Like you're still doing that as part of this, but you're just also taking your time to sort of figure out like and look at them and have a think. Yeah, you kill a bunch. Probably not quite as many as Thistle, who's just really just hammering in those chill touches, but you're definitely slowing them down, and you know that the spiders are like, yeah, you can focus on that in the next round. Chuck, what would you like to do?
I would like to use minor illusion to create an obstacle.
Okay, what kind of obstacle?
Maybe like a very large mongoose.
Yeah, I was gonna go with birds, but yeah, mongoose.
Sure.
Mongoose makes sense. Very large mongoose.
That's amazing.
A dire mongoose, basically.
Just about the size of the centipedes you've been killing. Maybe a bit bigger. About like a bit bigger. It'd be medium.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah. Roll me a spellcasting like ability modifier thing.
How do I do that?
Just like that would be your charisma.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 and I plus my charisma, which is 3.
Unfortunately, that is going to be a failure. So that's 1 in the failure column for you for this round. But what we're going to do is we're now going to see how effective the trap is, because it's definitely going off. The question is how effective it is at slowing it down. So if your thing had gone really successful, I would have let you roll advantage. But someone just roll me Tweak, I suppose. Roll me a d20 to see how effective your trap goes off.
15.
15. So with a 15, yeah, it definitely goes off. And it crushes a few things. It crushes a few spiders and snakes. And gets them stuck. To subdue some of the swarms. It's having a very it didn't kill any zombies, but it's slowing them down the most. The spiders, it slowed down minimally. The snakes, it slowed down a little bit. The spiders are pretty much just moving over it, but it would have definitely killed a bunch of them. So I will put that another one in the slowed down column. Okay, top of the round. Who wants to roll a d20 to see if there's a complication? Actually, I want 2 people to roll one.
I'll do it.
I will too.
Okay.
16.
14.
16, 14. All right, no complications. I'm gonna have to start rolling one next time, but for now, you've still got smooth sailing. Okay, Thistle, you're up first. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast guidance on Candle to help Baracus in pushing the...
So even though there's like the sailing is pretty smooth, like there's different. You're not really sure which way you're going. It's like you're just trying. Like there's no ways to north. You can do that as part of your turn. You're casting guidance. You're helping people out. You're doing things. You're shooting chill touches back. But what specifically are you doing? I need like a skill that you're going to use to be like, I'm doing this to like help everything move along. And you can't just be a spell every time, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Okay, okay, cool. Glad that's clear. Alright, I'm going to wild shape into my own spider.
Okay. And then are you going to like help move the cart, or are you going to like, what are you going to do then?
I'll try and scout ahead to know that the area is safe for people to come through.
Okay, like perception, survival, something like that?
Survival, yeah.
Sure. Roll it.
12 plus 6, 18.
18, that's definitely another success. Yeah, you sort of start like looking the way, you start plotting the way, figuring out which way to go north. You're moving a bit like you're dashing ahead.
Yeah.
Your spider speed on the ceiling get you to move. So you know that actually if they went left this way, it will take them the wrong way down. And so you got to go right. And yeah, you start pathfinding a way for the team to forge ahead.
Yeah.
And you sort of help start speed them up a little bit, or potentially something to capitalize. Callum.
Okay, so I've done the push-in. I hate to kind of copy, but I think I was going to do something similar.
There's different ways. There's various different ways to go, you know? Like.
Yeah. Maybe with perception, listening out for dangers ahead, down certain paths, and trying to, I don't know, minimize getting ambushed by another horde of zombies coming another way or something.
Yeah, they could be. You don't know. You're making a lot of noise as you're running along. Give me a perception.
Ooh, that's a nice one. So 7.
7. Yeah, you're trying to figure out a way to go, but it's a bit discombobulating since you can't see and you can only see a short way ahead. So you're actually having a hard time in this maze-like structure where there's just so many different ways to go, and you're having a hard time getting your bearings.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 1 for the failure column for Callum. Tweak.
I will, well, so I can't cast the same spells, I have to try something new and sneaky, is that right, or?
I think I want you to get creative. Like we're assuming like you are firing off some bolts every now and then, and it's helping.
Mm-hmm.
It's helping to slow them down, but it's not really stopping the horde. You need to sort of try to get creative in ways to actually get ahead with the cart, or else you might lose the cart and all its contents. That being said, you did the nature check, so you could spend a round focus firing if you want, since you haven't done that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the most beneficial way to slow them down and focus fire on them.
Or you could do more in other things with your spells if you want as well.
I mean, I've got Expeditious Retreat, but it's only for myself, and I feel kind of selfish just blasting past people.
Yeah, I mean, it might help, like, since you're, like, a bit slower anyway. Yeah, just so you can do that and just blast and, like, just be working the angles because you're a little bit faster and making sure you get clear shots or something like that.
Yeah, okay. I will cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. And yeah, I will just throw back some thrust bolts just to slow them up.
Yeah, give me a intelligence check, basically.
11.
11 is going to be a failure, unfortunately. That's 3 in the failure, 4 in the success column. As essentially you're firing your bolts and they are slowing. Every now and then you're hitting a zombie or something that'll actually slow it down. You seem to be missing like proper swarms and just hitting like loose spiders that aren't affecting the full swarms. And it's hard to get shots that actually slow big chunks of the swarm down.
Mm-hmm.
But you managed to do some damage. Chuck.
Can I try to make ourselves go faster? Like, I mean, can I try to guide the thing?
Yeah, like how? Like, give me a skill. How you might do that?
Some kind of dex space thing, right? Like, is there like some kind of steering mechanism, or is there some way to like try to like finesse how we're going down?
Sure, like sleight of hand or something. Yeah, you could. You've been like people. The sort of stronger people are working the cart. You're running ahead, guided by Thistle's telepathy to sort of switch these junction things, and figure those out as she's guiding the way.
Yeah. So 18 plus 5, which is 23.
That's a big old success. So yeah, you're basically like got this telepathic bond with Thistle, as I said, following her, just like switching junctions quickly, getting a good speed up ahead of the cart as some of the stronger bodies are pushing the cart. And Callum is checking out other paths and evidently going the wrong way. But hey, there's a lot of things happening all at once.
Yeah, good to know.
All right, round 3. I'm going to roll one of the complications this time. Who else is going to roll?
Bimbo, you haven't rolled one yet. You can doom us.
Pretty sure you don't want me rolling.
Come on, it'll be funny.
Come on, gotta get a roll.
Okay. Do I want something high or low?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm gonna go high.
Well, it's great because I rolled 11, so it's neither high or low.
But it is an 11. So, okay. As this round begins, a swarm of bats is going to make an attack against everyone as you basically disturb a swarm of bats moving through this mine. And we're going to start with Thistle. The bats get a 5 on the dice and they're not going to hit you.
Woo!
What would you like to do? So you've got like, yeah, all of your, like something to do with your skills. You've done a survival and a spell casting check. You could like, yeah, we could perception, investigation, stuff like that.
Can I take a bite of one of these bats to poison it for getting in my way, and then I'll think of something else to do?
Okay, you can try to bite a bat. Just make me an attack. One attack to represent how well you're doing against these bats.
13.
13. It's actually going to be a failure.
Oh, damn it.
I think I've set this correctly at 14, but maybe not. I don't know. So far, so good. But that is the DC you're looking for, is 14.
Okay. And
So it's not that you do attack some bats and you do take some out, but you're just having a harder time. They are not getting purchased against you, though.
fair enough. Can I tell that Callum's gone a little bit off track?
He's figured it out.
Okay, cool.
He's starting to figure it out. He's not standing there looking confused. Like, he just sort of keeps on coming back and like running back and like just like not confidently picking a direction. Okay, so Callum.
So does the zombies sound like they've actually gotten closer the last round? Or the last minute?
Not necessarily closer. You guys haven't gained any ground, though.
Yep, okay.
Maybe a tiny bit closer, but you're still at a relatively decent distance.
Okay. This will be a bit of a weird one. But, I mean, I think it could be interesting. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike on myself and kind of just harass the front line of the zombies to slow them down as much as I can. And if I ever feel like, I probably wouldn't be attacking them as much as just more getting in their way. And whenever I feel like I'm about to get overrun, I'll just be running out of the combat because I don't get attack of opportunities.
Okay, so like I'll let you like do like an attack, or do you want to use like a spellcasting ability modifier to like have that one as one of your checks?
Let's go with attack. I think that'd be better for me. 8 plus 6, or 7 actually, with dagger. So 15.
15 is a success. Yeah, so you just basically doing a few like stabs on a few different things, slow some of the swarms down and things. But I'll roll and see if you are getting close to them. So I'm just gonna do a couple of attack rolls. I do get one at 20.
Yep,
So
that's fine.
something is going to get a sneaky bite. I only rolled 2 dice and I did get a nat 20. So you are getting bit. I'm just going to roll a d6 to see by what. It is only a zombie. But yeah, as you're sort of harassing them, you take 12 damage. I rolled a 6 and a 5 on that crit.
No, that's fine. And then at the end of the minute, because that's how long Zephyr Strike lasts anyways, I kind of get a burst of speed and get out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. So overall, you slowed them down. You killed a bunch of them, but one of them did get a crit as you ventured close. Awesome. Tweak.
As Callum puts distance between them, I will go into my bag of holding. I'm going to pull out my alchemist fire and throw it at the closest to us and see if this fire will get them to back off.
Okay. Do you want to give me like an Arcana check to see like how well you know Alchemist Fire and how well it could work to something like that? What else could work? Athletics is like hurling it real far.
If you got the catapult spell.
I've got 19 on my Arcana.
19 total.
Yes.
Cool. That is a success. So far so good. Awesome. And I'll say that definitely slows them down as you hurl the alchemist fire, and a bunch of spiders and snakes and zombies start like burning and then just falling over, and the fire spreads quite effectively.
Take this.
Yeah, and like you basically leave a burning fiery mess at one of these junctions, and the fire spreads down different corridors. Okay. Shark.
How are we looking in terms of successes and failures?
At the moment, you're at 7 successes and 4 failures.
So it looks like we're doing well, or it looks like we're doing badly?
Looks like you're doing well. You're gonna want a few more successes, though.
Okay. Is it possible for me to do, like, if I burn an actual spell slot, and can I do silvery barbs to both distract them from coming at us, and also give advantage to the next person who, like, needs to do a skill check?
Sure. Sort of already had Callum sort of going back and harassing them, which is who it probably would have been, but you're doing this now. That's cool. Yeah, whoever next is sort of like, because you can give advantage to anyone on this. Yeah, that's cool. You can give advantage to someone for their next check.
But can I also use silver barbs to distract the people, like, coming at us as my check?
Sure. Give me pick a like what, intimidation, deception?
Deception, nice.
Deception?
Yes.
Sure, I'll deception.
Oh Jesus. 6 plus 7, so 13.
13 is just a failure, unfortunately.
Oh well.
So you're trying to get to 12 successes before you hit 8 failures for this math that I've decided.
Well, I mean, I have given advantage to the next person anyway.
That's all right. Yeah, you get to Thistle would be the next person.
Yes.
All right, cool. That's the end of that round, and you made some ground like with the fire. They were slowed down a little bit that time. Who wants to roll a d20? I will get 2 of you to roll me a d20.
Yeah, I'll do one.
I'll do one.
Pill's favorite number. That one.
9.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to attack everyone with bats that round. I need to roll some bat attacks as they flew by everyone. Callum, that's a 14 to hit.
Yeah, miss.
We're in bat country.
That's a 12 to hit Tweak. And
Miss.
17 against you, Chuck.
Yeah.
You take 8 damage as the bite as I rolled max damage on the swarm of bats nipping at you. Okay, that was the end of that round. Okay, so who's rolling a d20? So we had a 4 and a 6 and a 9. Okay. As you get to this next section, we're slowing down the rounds a little bit. You've made a little bit of ground against the zombies. This is sort of going to take place over like a longer period of time as to sort of slowing this down. But you're still trying to move the cart. You're still at risk of losing it to this horde, but they're sort of about 50 feet, maybe 60 feet behind you, at best. And so, but you get to a part of the place where it's the floor beneath you is all shuttered with sharp rocks and debris. So I'm going to need everyone to make a dex save when it gets to their turn this round. But we'll sort that out on your turn. So Thistle, what would you like to do? You're still in spider form, and make me a dex check.
Okay, dex check is got a 15.
You're fine. You managed to be nimble with your spider legs and not take any damage.
Sweet.
What sort of skill would you like to do? You're still sort of at the front of the group, dealing with bats as best you can.
I have a crazy idea, but it will hurt some people, so I might have to hold off in doing that. What can I do? Did anyone in my party get attacked by the bats?
Chuck did.
Alright, I'm gonna do some healing.
So you're gonna do. You can use the spell slot if you don't want, but really we're gonna need a medicine check since this is a skill challenge.
No, that's fine. I'm happy with that. And medicine's +6, one of my best ones. Ooh, 9.
9 is unfortunately a failure.
She was next.
I got advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Alright, medicine again. Please be better than that. 23.
Okay. So, Chuck, after you've been bit by a bunch of bats swarming around you, Thistle, in her spider form, comes over and tends to your wounds quite adeptly. Maybe that's like spitting out, like vomiting up like some like salves and stuff like on the run to sort of just patch over your wounds. It's gross, but it feels better than the bites. So that's a success. Callum. Dex save first up.
Oh, true. I'm pretty sure I passed, but I think that's a 16.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, starting to run out of skills.
One way or another, there's only going to be this round and one more round, I reckon.
Yeah. I've already done spells, so I can't really do that again, can I? Oh, actually.
Well, you didn't use spell because you didn't roll for that, even though you used a spell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it might almost be doing something similar with Zephyr Strike, but kind of trying to do it more acrobatically and dodge out of the way of people, and trying to use my speed and nimbleness to not get hit but slow them down.
There's also other paths. Like it's not like it's a single path you're going down. Like, you could try to lead some down other paths potentially, and then like run back around.
Yeah. Actually, that makes sense. And then I'll be kind of doubling back through them, and because of Zephyr Strike not taking attacks.
All right, give me an acrobatics check. That sounds like acrobatics.
Yeah. That would be 11.
11 is unfortunately a failure. So at the moment you're 8 and 6. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Tweak. Give me a dexterity saving throw first up.
Ooh. 16.
Yeah, you don't take any damage from the spiky ground.
Spiky ground.
Yeah, this could. Yeah, spiky ground. You're running over a patch of particularly spiky ground, and the walls and ceiling are also kind of spiky.
I'll use this section. Can I find out ways to navigate through this terrain a little bit faster? Do I recognize the rock formations and?
What do you want to do? Investigation. You already did in nature, so like investigation, survival, perception.
Investigation, please.
Sure, that's me being friendly to you, but yes, you can make an investigation. You're investigating the spiky terrain to figure out the right way to go.
16.
That's a success.
Thank God for my +8 investigation.
Yeah, so you're definitely helping speed up. That's like a half speed up. Yeah, you're definitely
So,
making a little bit.
this is how, like, I sort of described to the guys, this is how to get through this quickly. I recognize these surfaces, explain where to put their feet and that sort of thing.
Yeah. All right, Chuck, you're up next, and give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Thanks to Tweak pointing out where to step.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, that would have been better for the skill challenge probably, but oh well. What would you like to do as far as the skill challenge goes? The zombies are starting to get a little bit behind now. They're probably about like 70, 80 feet behind now.
I don't know, actually. Persuade them not to come.
You could try to persuade the people pushing the cart to go faster.
Let's do that. Can I use that natural 20 on that?
No, you have to roll again, but you're good at persuasion, right?
I'm reasonably good, and I rolled a 17, so I'm okay.
That's definitely a success. And I will count that as a speeding up as well. So yeah, you're yelling at yelling, persuading, cajoling, convincing. It's for everyone's benefit anyway, right? That they should speed up the cart.
You can do it. It's the power of belief.
Oh right, and that takes us to the end of that round. So I'd say at this point, the group you're probably about 100, 120 feet in front of the general horde. They are starting to fall behind as you push ahead. And they sort of started to scatter. It's probably not quite as big a horde as it was anymore, thanks to the fire, the leading things down other corridors, and all of that stuff. Actually, I will retcon. I'm going to do one attack with disadvantage on Callum, though. But it's going to be... I'm sure it's going to miss. Yeah, that would have been a 15 to hit you, Callum.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Yeah, so like they were like going in for attacks, but nothing stuck as you were specifically fighting. You weren't trying to attack, you were just trying to scatter. Okay, so I'm going to have everyone roll me a d20, and I'm going to pick the complication I like.
9.
Natural 20.
19.
And Chuck, just a regular d20.
Yes, I rolled a 4.
4. I like 4. 4 was what I was hoping for. I'm going to be honest with everyone. This is actually great. As you go through this next area, things are slowed down, but you're still moving fast. And whoever's in front would be Thistle. Thistle's still sort of staying at the front. How are you moving through this area, Thistle?
Stealthily.
Okay. Stealthily. Okay, as you're moving through the area stealthily, a piece of the ceiling falls and tries to nail you to the ground. And it gets a 19 to hit.
Ouch, and it hits.
So if you were on the ground, it fell from the ceiling and hit you. If you were on the ceiling, it fell from the ceiling and took you with it to the ground, and you take 14 damage from this piercer attack. But that's just the complication. What would you like to do on your turn? We still need some sort of skill challenge. You got 10 successes and 6 failures. You're 2 away from losing this cart or gaining the cart.
Would she still be in spider form?
Yeah, you're still in spider form. Well, you took that damage. So you might... If that 14 damage knocks you out of spider form?
Yeah, my AC's 13.
Well, that's just the damage you took. Because your AC, it was a 19 to hit, right? So you took 14 damage in your spider form, which might knock you out. But if you have more HP than that, you're good.
I'm out.
You'll get smashed back by this piercer into your thistle form.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you like to do? You've got to do a skill. You're at the front of the pack anyway, so...
Would it be wrong to do my Halo War Spores reaction?
You can do that. We could call that a dexterity check or something like that.
Yeah, if I can.
Or like nature, maybe. Give you nature, dexterity, something like that.
Let's do dexterity.
Okay, sleight of hand.
17.
That is a success.
Sweet.
you're focusing that against the pierces.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you manage to shake a few up from the roof, but you're still going through their territory. Callum, you manage to dodge the pierces' attacks as they try to fall on you. That's only a 6 to hit. What would you like to do?
I was going to try and... I've got a bit of basilisk meat on me, about 10 pounds, which is fairly substantial, really. I was going to try and place that in a place that maybe might distract the zombies and stuff chasing us for a bit.
Yeah, survival, nature, religion, to like knowledge of zombies.
Probably survival, if anything.
All right, go for it.
Oh, there we go. Didn't roll single digits for once. That would be 17.
17. That is a success. Cool. Let's finish up the round strong. Tweak.
Yeah.
This basilisk meat has been left there by Callum, and it does seem to be attracting the zombies as they get slowed down and going for this large chunk of meat.
Oh, so tempting.
Does a 20 hit you though?
Me? Shield.
Okay, you cast the shield, and this this spike stalactite or mite falls from the ceiling and just bounces off your magical shield.
We better get out of here. I suppose just keep running if they're distracted.
Like, you just want to do like an athletics or a constitution check just to keep running?
Yeah, I'll go to athletics check.
Sure.
Or acrobatics.
Sure. That's fine. Acrobatics check just to keep moving and dodging all these stupid pierces.
Yeah. 5.
5 is a failure. Yeah, so you're sort of just keep on getting tripped up by these pierces and they're just sort of slowing you down, but you've still got... Well, your expedition retreat probably like finished a while ago now, as things are slowing down. Chuck, you're going to bring us home one way or the other.
Can I use religion to try to, like, I don't know, perform an exorcism or like some kind of like turning, even though I don't actually have any cleric levels?
Give me a religion check.
Okay. This sucks. 6.
6.
Yeah.
That is a failure, but I'll let you in on a secret. You guys passed the skill challenge back at Callum.
That sucks.
Thank God.
So you managed to like peel away from the horde. Like a few zombies and undead do break away from the basilisk meat, but you're able to pepper them with ranged attacks, and they sort of eventually just become less and less as you move through this network of mines. You were chased for like probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's hard to say as you were running, pushing this cart, but it did take a while. It's probably another half hour before you like feel like you've fully dealt with the full amount of the horde. And then you guys just keep on moving through the rest of the day through this mine network of tunnels. Someone give me a survival check with advantage. Candle is going to help guide you with the cart, but like this place is a maze.
14 plus 6, 20.
20. So yeah, it does take you a while, but with a 20, you manage to get there by mid-afternoon, and eventually you get to a place that Candle says, I recognize this. Yeah, this feels right. And you hear a voice saying, halt, who goes there? State your business. And that's where we will end this episode. That's it for this episode of the High or Lows podcast. If you'd like to get in touch, you can find us on Twitter at High or Lows with underscores between the words, or you can find me at Pheepster.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a 5-star rating and review, which is one of the best ways you can support us. You can also join the discussion on our Reddit and Facebook pages, or even our Discord server, and maybe play some games with us. Links can be found in the description below. Special thanks to Sirenscape for the background audio and Alex McPherson for providing the opening theme. I hope you can all join us next time as we continue on our adventure.